Before you guys watch this video, we highly recommend you watch our video on Axellian's channel that discusses why we think there are gym leaders in general to grasp the concept of this video. What's going on, Rebels and Reblettes? I don't know about you guys, but I love thinking about how awesome it would be to be a gym leader. Gym leaders are typically really cool, and the idea of designing a gym to go well with your favorite type sounds awesome. What kind of gym do you think you would have, Axellian?
Well, since Ghost is my favorite type, I'd most likely have to go with that. Of course, I'd have Trevenant as my ace, and the whole design of the gym would most likely be based on the Haunted Forest. How about you?
Well, obviously I'd have a dark type gym with Umbreon as my ace, and probably design the gym like...
Mystic, I hate to burst your bubble, but Dark is actually the only type that can't have a gym leader.
Wait, what do you mean?
Well, think about it. The Dark type has been around for about 5 generations now, and it's never had a gym before. That's over 40 gyms without it being used.
Oh, that is actually kind of depressing.
At least you could still be an Elite Four member.
Yeah, that's true, even though there are no dark type gym leaders, but since the type was added in Generation 2, it has been used in 60% of the Elite Fours, probably because it is so powerful.
Well, yeah, they are pretty strong, but more likely it's because of what the type represents. The Elite Four only needs to be powerful, but that isn't the case for gym leaders.
Yeah, gym leaders tend to have a more direct connection to their town. In most cases, they are basically the ones who run towns, protect them, play great role models, and are influential to those around them.
As such, leaders need to be good, upstanding trainers, and dark types, well, they don't exactly do that. Every dark type attack has a secondary effect, basically using moves like Foul Play, Sucker Punch, Bite, Fake Tears, and Taunt is fighting dirty, and it isn't something you want to be teaching the kids in your town.
And all of that is kind of expected when you consider that the dark type is called the evil type in Japan, but I think we should take a look into the Elite Four members who use dark types to gain a better understanding of what this means.
Firstly is their move pool. A common theme in all 3 Elite Four members is that their Pokemon have attacks like Roar, Destiny Bond, and Spite to really mess with how the opponent plays the game. Beyond this, every single member has a Pokemon with Sand Attack. This isn't a particularly strong attack, but when you think of fighting dirty, blinding your opponent's pretty high on the list, and there's no other real reason for them to have this attack on their team.
As far as going into the members specifically, let's start with Sidney. Sidney's name in Japanese, Kagetsu, quite literally translates to Evil Shadow. He is known as a trainer whose only goal is to battle strong trainers to prove his own strength by any means necessary. He starts off by saying, "Welcome, Challenger. I'm Sidney of the Elite Four. I like that look you're giving me. I guess you'll give me a good match. That's good. Looking real good. Alright, let's get down to the kind of battle that can only happen here in the Pokemon League."
The Pokemon he uses have things like Swagger, Spiky Shield, Fake Out, Double Team, and Roar in their arsenal. After the player defeats Sidney in battle, his in-game text gives them encouragement by saying, "Well, listen to what this loser has to say. You've got what it takes to go a long way." Sidney recognizes them as worthy and gives them the respect and confidence they deserve to conquer the remaining Elite Four. However, regardless of how ruthless and powerful they are, they still seem to have a good side. Karen famously follows her battle with strong Pokemon, weak Pokemon. That is only the selfish perception of people. Truly skilled trainers should try to win with the Pokemon that they love best. I like your style. You understand what's important. So go on, the champ is waiting.
Next we have Grimsley, whose name can be translated to Devil. Grimsley, in his in-game text, he seems very bored and has that pessimistic attitude. We can see that here in his black and white text before the player battles him. Oh man, what is going on today? Challengers coming one right after another? Well, no matter. I'm Grimsley of the Elite Four, and I will fulfill my duty to beat your opponent. However, despite his pessimism, Grimsley is another example of a dark-type trainer which shows both good and bad. He says, "There are bad ways to win and good ways to lose. What's interesting and troubling is that it's not always clear which is which." Grimsley knows that he and the other Dark-type Elite Four members are using dirty tactics, but he seems to believe it really is for the greater good.
So where their tactics might not be something you want to be presented to the general public, their strengths, personal mottos, and understanding of the world gives them the right to hold on to the title of an Elite Four member. Put simply, they acknowledge the good and the bad in both themselves and others. To be fair, they might be a little intense to be gym leaders, but they do make great Elite Four members.
Finally, we have my personal favorite Elite Four member, Karen. Karen's text, she states, she uses the dark type because it is wild, tough, and because they have overpowering tactics. Some of these overpowering tactics would include the moveset she carries on some of her Pokemon. On her Gold, Silver, Crystal, and Remakes team, her Umbreon has the moves Confuse Ray, Mean Look, and Double Team. Her Murkrow has Whirlwind, Gengar has Spite and Destiny Bond, as well as her Houndoom having Roar. All of these moves are pretty dirty and overpowering and can definitely give the player trouble if they aren't prepared for the kind of overpowering tactics this Dark-type master possesses. Overall though, the main reasons why there are no Dark-type gym leaders is because of their snarky attitudes, devious movesets, and the poor example they would set for their town or the city they would run. Whether or not this is true though is still just a theory. Why do you guys think there are no Dark-type gyms? Share it with us in the comment section. If you guys like this video, be sure to leave a like and share this video with a friend. I would also like to thank Axellian for helping me on this theory. You guys can go check out our theory we did on his channel about how gym leaders rule the towns and cities of the Pokemon world by clicking this annotation here. As always, I've been Mr. Grimsley, and I will see you in the future for more Pokemon content.